So let's go over what was the opening match.
It wasn't an opening match. It was a Triple H promo. He just meant, Triple H is an established babyface of the feud, whether some people like it or not, by playing to the crowd as well as the crotch chopping Reigns. So I'm currently going over what happened on Raw. For those who didn't watch Raw, at the end of Raw, Triple H basically fucked up Roman Reigns, and supposedly Roman Reigns got a broken nose, but he didn't. It's all fake, like some people want to call it. It's false. He didn't get a broken nose.
Completely fake.
Bullshit.
Completely
fake.
It would have been awesome if it was real, though.
Supposedly he broke his nose when Triple H slammed his face on the freaking announce table, and when you can clearly see that Roman Reigns, when he was getting his head hit on the announce table, he had his hands slamming against the freaking table. You saw that, right, MJ?
Yeah.
So that was that. There were some reports that some people saw that Mr. Byron Saxton, I believe, I don't know what it was. It was like
a blood packet, I think.
Yeah, and I didn't see that. Some people were sending me links to it on YouTube, and I really didn't pay attention to them. So if it's real blood, fake blood, I don't really know. I don't really care, man. I just I was just happy Roman Reigns got his ass kicked. So on to this. Triple H cuts his promo. Then we get after the Triple H promo. It is announced that Chris Jericho and AJ Styles are going to take on with a partner of their choosing against the New Day tonight. Up next, we get Lucha Dragon, Neville.
Let's go back. Let's go back a little bit.
Yes.
So of course we get another multi-man match. I assume it was close to the main event, or it was the main event.
The Y2AJ match.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the main event.
Of course it was. All right. So going back to the Triple H promo, was it a good promo?
You know, when it's Triple H cutting the promo, it's that damn good.
Was it the COO Triple H, or was it the game Triple H?
It wasn't. I could tell you, it wasn't the leather jacket Triple H. It was the suit wearing COO, the authority Triple H.
Okay. All right. So a good promo, but probably not the best that he could have done.
No. But if you were to watch SmackDown and watch the Triple H promo, I think he did a hell of a job, like he always does. The fans were cheering him tonight, but you could hear the WWE editing out the cheers for some fucking reason. I don't know why they would do that.
The funny part about Triple H being a face is he's more over than Roman Reigns ever will be. They basically made Triple H the biggest face since Daniel Bryan or Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, well, and Triple H is in. How many years has Triple H been around? Triple H has been around almost 25 years, I believe so. He has like 22 years in the fifth.
He's been in the WWE for a while. Overall, he's been around probably 25 years.
Yep. And Triple H is he's on my top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time. Where does he rank in your top wrestlers, MJ?
I'm a little different though, because I grew up WCW fan. So yeah. It's hard for me to put him like way up on the list. He's one of the greatest. I just don't know where I'd put him. We'll just leave it at that, because I haven't really thought about it. I'll probably think about it after he's done.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, it's hard to rank Triple H because who he's married to and the family that he basically married into. So if you take his marriage out of the equation, would he really have had that good of a career? There's always going to be that question mark.
You know what? I've never gave it any any thought to that. Like, what if Triple H never married Stephanie McMahon? What if Triple H married China? What if Triple H had kids with China? You know, that question about him never marrying Stephanie McMahon never crosses my mind till today, till right now. So that's really a question that I start to think about now. What if Triple H was in Stephanie's girl, man? It's something to think about.
I don't think he didn't win it. He never won the WWE championship until him and Stephanie were dating. I think I'm correct in saying that. So if he would if he never would have got involved with Stephanie McMahon, he probably never would have reached the heights that he has, and that'll always be an asterisk to his name, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It says he started wrestling. Let's see here. 1992. So about 20. Was that 20?
I think
23 years.
Yeah, he started off at the power plant in WCW, and then I'm guessing he got cut. He got cut from WCW, and he went to WWE. And I believe his first rivalry was with the Ultimate Warrior. I'm not sure.
It says he joined WCW in 1994. Before that, he was wrestling in International Wrestling Federation 1992. Let's see. 1995, he moved to the WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's accomplished a lot. My point is, I can't put him that high up because we will never know how much Stephanie McMahon was involved in his success.
Yep.
So moving on from that, Triple H cuts a pretty good promo. We get another multi-man match for the main event of Smackdown. So what happened after the?
It wasn't the event. That was the second match. That was the first match of the night. It was Lucha Dragons, Kalisto and Sin Cara, Neville, and Dolph Ziggler versus the League of Dumbasses. Oh, I'm sorry. The League of Nations. Rusev, King Barrett. Some of you guys don't know. Wade Barrett versus Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio. And
I bet it was a barn burner. It probably tore the roof off. Sarcasm.
You know what? There's two people that were in this match that don't deserve to be in the spot they're in right now. I'm talking about Neville and Dolph Ziggler, man. It's Dolph Ziggler's career has basically, I don't know, dude. It's even hard to describe what the heck has happened to his career, man. And Neville too, man.
I disagree with they shouldn't be there. They shouldn't be there because the way they were booked. If you go off their talent, they should most definitely be there. So it's not their fault. It's just how they've been booked. And now nobody watching gives a shit about either one of them.
Yeah.
But if you take away the booking, the shit booking, they should most definitely be a prominent role on every Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, man. Come on, look where Dolph Ziggler was. That's 4 years ago. He was winning. He won the Money in the Bank. He won that. He beat Alberto Del Rio, and then I think at the time he was a heel. When he beat Alberto Del Rio, he became the people basically turned him a face. He became a baby face, and then from that, I think he was world champion for a couple of months. And then when he lost,
he suffered a couple concussions.
Yeah, concussions, I believe it was. After that, I believe he said something about the WWE. I think he was in a podcast, and he bashed the WWE for I think for what was it for? I don't know. Leave that for a different subject at a different time. But he said something bad about WWE, and I think basically WWE punished him by dropping him to the med cart.
Well, he said something because somebody should have said something, and WWE doesn't want anyone to speak up, so that's what happened to him. They don't like when people speak up, but it's time for everybody to speak up that's not being booked correctly, because change will never happen unless everybody stands up to him.
Mm-hmm. And I still think about it. Everything CM Punk said back into July of 2011. Remember when he cut that promo? Everything he said is true.
Absolutely. You remember that? It's one. It'll go down in. It'll definitely be top 5 promos of all time. It might even be number 1. But the problem is, it only created temporary change. It did not change WWE for the better in the long run. And as soon as he left, it just went right down the toilet again.
And by the way, we never got those ice creams, man. How tough is that?
Never got the ice cream bars.
Nope, no, we didn't. So, back to our 6-man tag match. It was, man, this match was, it was an abysmal. The only part I liked about this match is when the red arrow, Neville hit a red arrow over Sheamus, and after the red arrow, he hit a 450 splash on Barrett, and then was it Barrett? Del Rio. Neville pinned Del Rio, but he kicked out. Then we got Sheamus, who broke kicked Sin Cara, and Sheamus got the win, got the pinfall. This match was horrible, awful. It was awful and it was horrible at the same time. It wasn't a good match. It sucked. And MJ, I'm happy you didn't watch SmackDown.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't watch it either. 2 reasons why I don't watch SmackDown usually. Number 1, I don't have cable. Number 2, I don't give a shit about SmackDown. I will watch it the next day on Hulu just because I pay for Hulu and there's not much to watch. But you brought up some interesting points about the match. I'm surprised they even let Wade Barrett get physical in the match at all. So we haven't seen him do really anything physical in a while.
No.
And I was wondering why. I thought it might be injuries, and I thought it might be because he's leaving. But that's interesting that they let him do something.
I believe he was dealing with a neck issue, and that was preventing him from competing in the ring. I believe that's the reason. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny how serious neck injuries can be, and it might also cost Tyson Kidd his career, which is sad because I actually enjoy watching Tyson Kidd in the ring.
Yeah. All right. Moving on, we got Renee Young interviewing Intercontinental Champion Kevin Owens,
and it was money.
And it was money, of course. And Owens had requested for time to announce something, and then he offered Dean Ambrose his rematch for his Intercontinental Championship match rematch, and Renee Young tells Kevin Owens, "No, Dean Ambrose is not here tonight." Then of all people, we get the Big Show. Of all the people, he explains that Kevin Owens hasn't beaten him. He points Big Show towards the road to retirement. So this is kind of Kevin Owens taking a shot at the Big Show. Hey, you know what? The line to retirement is over there. You should go on YouTube on the WWE page and watch that promo. It was a good one. Kevin Owens and Big Show. And then Big Show grabs Kevin Owens and he tells him, KO, you want to get KO. The knockout. You want to get knocked out, Kevin Owens?
KO, do you want the KO from the Big Show?
So, How about he KOs KO? So Big Show's opponent for tonight is Kevin Owens. He'll be seeing him. He will be seeing Kevin later, and refers to him as Sunshine. So this is the best banter-filled backstage segment since Cesaro and Owens on an older edition of SmackDown, and now a billion times more invested in this match because of simply the banter and how it's an interesting combination. So after that, we get a Bubba and Devon promo. What are your thoughts on that?
Did the Kevin Owens promo, did that set anything up?
It set it up to a Big Show versus Kevin Owens match later tonight.
Okay, so nobody cares about that. So we still don't know who Kevin Owens' opponent for WrestleMania is, correct?
Yes, sir.
So there's a couple different things. I think I want to see Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles WrestleMania. You can make it any kind of match you want. You better give them at least 20 to 35 minutes because it can steal the show. They need a stipulation and they need time to pull it off. So I hope that happens. Another thing they could do, they could bring up an NXT talent to wrestle Kevin Owens. That's the only other option. I don't want to see anybody fucking else wrestle Kevin Owens at WrestleMania.
Yeah, at this point, I don't see AJ. Well, who knows? Maybe there'll probably be a tournament to decide who's gonna face Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. But at this point, I don't think it's gonna be AJ Styles unless they have this #1 contenders, this little tournament or beat the clock challenge, whatever it is. So I think we might see Big Show and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. It was rumored by the Wrestling Observer that we might see that match. I don't want to see that match. Big Show versus Kevin Owens, really, out of all the wrestlers WWE has that could go against Kevin Owens at WrestleMania and give him a good WrestleMania moment. Let's see, we got Dolph Ziggler, we got AJ Styles, we got Chris Jericho. We got a lot of talent that you could put against Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. But against the Big Show, I'm not liking that, man.
I don't think WWE has the balls to do that. Right now, they know they fucked up with WrestleMania, so I don't think they're going to give us anything that we don't want to see. So I'm banking. I'm putting all my money that match won't happen. Like I said, it's got to be AJ Styles or it has to be somebody called up from NXT.
Man, can you name all the wrestlers that are hurt?
That's what I'm saying. That's why they're probably not going to do a tournament or anything like that. It's probably going to come from somebody interfering in a match or Kevin Owens coming out. He'll probably be cutting a promo and somebody will come out and say, hopefully AJ Styles, he'll come out and say, we've done it before, we're going to do it again, and I'm going to take the IC championship.
Yeah. Well, moving on, we get Devon Dudley with Bubba Ray Dudley. This is was it? Yeah, I think this was a one-on-one manager match. I think it was Devon Dudley with Bubba Ray versus Jimmy Uso with Jey Uso. I mean, Jimmy and Jey Uso, man, they're starting to be candidates for Get Off My TV. I'm not a big fan of theirs anymore. Are you, MJ?
Look, I've been a big fan of the Usos for a while. The fact that they're being booked terribly, I mean, you have to blame injuries for some of this booking. Not necessarily in the tag team division, but I still like the Usos. I like their work in the ring. I think they have a solid identity as far as a tag team. They work well together. So I haven't turned completely against them. I have seen them too much, though. They probably, but you really can't blame them at this point because of injuries. I just like the Usos. I've seen them in person when WWE came to Pensacola. They tore the roof off the house, and generally they're just nice guys. I think it's Jimmy and Naomi live in Pensacola. My wife got a picture with Naomi at her work. She's really nice, so I can't really hate any of them.
Yeah. Well, moving on to the match. This is the classic WWE booking of one partner versus another as part of the furthering said feud. Things escalated quickly. A few moves were hit, and then all of a sudden, Bubba Ray whips out a freaking table.
He whips out his dick.
And the ref's attention, allowing for Devon to roll up Jimmy for the win. A very, very short match that they still did its job. Although shorter than some squash matches. So this match ended up in a no DQ, getting the Usos the victory. Sorry about that. After that, we get match is over, we get Styles and Jericho backstage.
Let's go back to the tag team match. The way they're setting it up, it looks like it's going to be a triple threat or maybe a four-way for the tag team championships. New Day, you got the Dudleys, you got the Usos. You could throw in another tag team, but it might just be a triple threat.
Yeah.
They're probably going to put it on the pre-show or the first match of the night. And if you got those three teams in a match, I think it might be too much going on, but I think it'll be a good match. So we could get worse, so I'm not going to complain too much.
Let me tell you who that third team would be, I think.
But do you think that's where they're going as far as WrestleMania?
I don't think so, but I like your idea. I think it would be Usos, the Dudleys, and freaking what's their faces of the Lucha Dragons. But then again, they could have what's his guy, Kalisto wrestle in a singles match at WrestleMania. So therefore, that third team that would be the Lucha Dragons would be off the table because Kalisto would compete in a singles competition. But now I'm gonna be talking about what's these guys' name? Oh yeah, Enzo and Kaz. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, big fan.
I've been dying for them to debut on the main event, which is Raw or it's Smackdown. I love those guys. I think Enzo Amore has good promo skills, and he could wrestle in a 5-star match. What's the other guy's name? Colin Cassidy, I believe. Big Cass. Same goes for him. Even though people give him a lot of shit that he wrestles like the Big Show, but no, he's more agile. He's younger. He's more athletic. He could do a freaking 450 splash off the fucking top rope.
Do people really complain about him?
No, not really, but there's a lot of people that complain about him, but I don't, because I love him. I like how he wrestles. I like his character. I like his gimmick overall. I'm not those people that are going to complain about wrestlers. I just think they had some downfalls, and I think they can work on those downfalls. You know, so they could improve. They can improve.
Look, I'm a big fan. I think they need a team name, either a team name or they need to drop Colin Cassidy's name. It should just be Enzo and Big Cass, or Enzo Amore. Yeah. No, don't even call him Enzo Amore. Just call him Enzo and Big Cass. They have
Enzo and Cass.
They cut the best promos. They have the best, one of the best catchphrases. They have catchphrases up the ass. They can wrestle. They need to work on some of their tag team, double team moves. Their finish is kind of sloppy every time they do it, but I am still a big fan. They could be the top face team, even though New Day is still a face, even though they're supposed to be heels. So you'd have a big face versus the heel team that's really a face team. And just those two teams cutting promos on each other is gold by itself.
Yeah, and they would get over the crowd big time.
Yeah, they would probably get the biggest pop of someone debut. Well, it has to be in the right place though. If they do it in the right place, they will get the biggest pop.
I think I'm starting to think they're gonna debut the night after WrestleMania, and I'm sticking with that.
And the funny thing is, Vince McMahon probably hates Enzo Amore's guts, and he probably loves Colin Cassidy to death. So
I don't know that.
I mean,
I think there's some wrestlers that McMahon hates, but he's still paying them because they're wrestling for him. You know?
Yeah, I'm just saying, based on Enzo's size and his look, I don't think Vince McMahon's the biggest fan of Enzo. He probably wants to break them up as soon as possible and just use Big Cass.
You know, as soon as that's gonna happen, what the hell is gonna happen to Big Cass? What is he gonna do? He's gonna go straight to the fucking I don't know, to the unemployment line, or where the hell is he gonna go? He's gonna go.
If you remember when Crime Time was big, then they broke him up. They broke him up because I have a feeling that either Vince or somebody else liked one or the other, and they broke them up, and then they fell apart because they didn't work separately, and that might be the same thing that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, I just don't know about that, you know, because remember back in 2010 when they had they split up Crime Time, a couple of months later, WWE released Shad Gaspard, and then I think JTG was the one who stuck around the longest, which was 4 more years or 3 more years, and after that he got released. So I just don't see that with Big Cass and Enzo Amore, because they get the crowd, man. They just love him.
It might be different, but it's kind of similar. I think Big Cass and Enzo obviously are the better team.
I see where you're coming from. I know what you're talking about. So.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't be shocked if that happens.
The thing is, this is the thing to remember though. I like JTG a lot better than the other guy, and with Enzo and Cass, I like them both equally. So maybe it's completely different, but maybe in the eyes of the WWE, they kind of see it as the same thing.
Yeah. Okay, you want to move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay, up next we have Kevin Owens, Intercontinental Champion, versus The Big Show. This match went on for approximately 15 minutes, I believe.
Jesus.
It had a slow build in the grand scheme of a match psychology, but it was cut short because of Kevin Owens being a cock.
Did he walk out?
Great at something I would. Excuse me?
Did he walk out?
Yes. Great in something I welcome with open arms to happen again. This match was built off extremes, with Owens exaggerating the impact of Big Show's offense, yet Big Show doing the same for a good balance of back and forth offense, including Owens trying to ground Big Show and Big Show selling like a wounded giant. An image that comes across fantastic, although this match was shit, of course, unless if they wanted the ring to break. Big Show finally mustered enough power to almost chokeslam Owens off the fucking top rope, but Kevin Owens shifted the momentum to get Big Show to land on his nuts on the ring ropes. So this allowed Mr. Kevin Owens to get the win via countout and exit like a little bitch that he is with his title. Perfect.
Funny.
Mr. MJ. What are your thoughts on Kevin Owens?
First of all, the funny thing about this is the way you describe this show is probably way better than actually watching it. Like, I enjoy you describing everything than actually watching the show. There's no words for this match. I have no opinion on it other than I don't want to see it, and I'm glad I didn't watch it. Kevin Owens is a beast in everything he does. So
yeah. I just don't get it. Why, like, this shit fucking pisses me off. I fucking watch SmackDown for like 2 fucking hours, and in those 2 fucking hours, I could be, let's say, going to my wrestling school. Well, I don't go to my wrestling school on Thursdays, but I could be playing basketball. I could go on YouTube, watch videos, and those 2 hours, you know what I could be doing? But the wrestling fan that's in me, the passionate wrestling fan, I makes me watch SmackDown, because I would rather watch Monday Night Raw than SmackDown, honestly, man. I'm being honest right now. I just watch SmackDown because of this one person. His name is Mauro Ranallo. He is the best commentator since Jim Ross. He's the best play-by-play since Jim Ross. He's so emotional when it comes to calling matches. You know, you want to talk about Michael Cole being the best announcer and shit, but come on, dude, what the fuck? Man, I'm lost for words now, because Monday Night Raw, I don't know. It's not the show it once was, you know?
yeah, the thing about Mauro Ranallo is he's kind of a throwback wrestling announcer, and he also brings in that UFC boxing style of announcing, so it's a nice mix.
Yeah, and he's been doing this since he was 16 years old.
Yeah,
I believe. And yeah, it's embarrassing, man. It is fucking embarrassing that after watching fucking 2 hours of this piece of shit, man, Kevin Owens against the Big Show, man. Who the fuck wants to see that match, man? And oh my, I can't even go on, man, with this shit. Moving on, we get Natalya versus Becky Lynch. The 2 best in ring divas on the roster that I feel right now. Natalya is coming off this carry job versus Charlotte last week. Becky fucking Lynch, I hope these girls get chances to go 15 to 20 minutes plus in WWE someday together on whatever outlet it is. This didn't even last 2 fucking minutes.
That's terrible.
But I took all I could in. It was actually happening. Tons of great pure wrestling and mad work, interrupted by Team Bad, who snatched Natalya by the hair and pulled her off the apron and gave her a super kick for a DQ. I just love how fucking Ronaldo rightfully so put over the British Columbia princess, freaking Becky Lynch. And excuse me, guys. The British Columbian Becky Lynch, and the fact that these 2 girls have worked their fucking asses, they bust their asses towards the WWE from there, interacting in the province and making towns alongside ECCW at one point. If some of you guys don't know what ECCW is, it's a freaking it's an independent show. It's like ROH, but it's up there in what is it, New England, somewhere over there. So Sasha and Paige, they used to have fucking amazing matches over there in England. You gotta go on YouTube and search those matches. Moving on here.
Well, hold on.
Sasha,
do you follow Natalya on Instagram?
No, I don't. I'm not really an Instagram guy. I'm more into Twitter and Facebook.
She posted a picture today of her working out. Like after she worked out, she posted a picture, and apparently she's training super hard because she thinks she's going to be involved in WrestleMania somehow. So it's going to be interesting to see if they do. They might even have 2 Divas matches this year, which I wouldn't mind seeing, because it'd be better than some other throwaway match that they just put in the card.
Yeah.
So she's apparently training really hard because she thinks she's going to be in WrestleMania. We all know Natalya is one of the more talented divas on the roster as far as wrestling.
Yeah, she's a veteran, dude.
Becky Lynch, we already know, is one of the top performers. So that match probably should have got more time. They could have cut out the Kevin Owens Big Show match or cut the time on it, gave him more time. I hate seeing divas matches that only last a couple minutes.
Yeah. And then back to this match. Sasha and Becky cleaned house, but Charlotte was out with the mic in her hand with Ric Flair by her side. Charlotte got an update on the bombshell she dropped last Monday night on Raw. The number one contenders match between Sasha and Becky for Charlotte's Divas title will happen on Monday, and she will have a ringside seat, meaning that she will be sitting next to Mr. JBL on the announce table. She wishes the best of luck for both of them, and that is all. And that was it for that segment with Charlotte. And after that, I think we have R-Truth with Goldust versus. Oh my God! Why the fuck are these guys getting time? Heath Slater with the Social Outcast.
Yeah, hold on. I'm surprised. So this is what they call themselves, the Golden Truth's first match.
Yeah.
All right. So
this wasn't a tag team match. Goldust was ringside with R-Truth.
Okay, so they haven't officially tagged yet. So it was R-Truth versus who? Heath Slater.
Yes, dude. I don't even know what to fucking say about this shit anymore, man.
The biggest complaint I have about this is I'm kind of sick of seeing R-Truth. We haven't seen a lot of Social Outcasts, so I don't really mind that. They're giving them time. I'd probably rather see Goldust versus Heath Slater, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But
I mean, man, it's just something about the Social Outcasts. Adam Rose, when he could be getting booked right. Adam Rose, Bo Dallas, of all people. I mean, he was I think he was he wasn't the first NXT champion. The way he was getting utilized on NXT made me feel when he was going to WWE, I think that was going to be the same way he was going to be on WWE. The way he was getting treated in NXT, I felt that he was going to get treated the same way in the main roster. So that didn't happen, and I was pissed. And he's a jobber right now. Oh, man, it's sad, man. It fucking sucks.
Yeah. Well, everything in WWE sucks right now.
Yeah, man. You can't even give him good compliments anymore. Yeah. Oh well. So it's hard to fucking care about this. Truth came back after being worked over. Adam Rose got knocked off the fucking apron. Bo Dallas complained, and Goldust slid onto the apron to give Slater an uppercut, in which Truth used as leverage for his landslide pin for the win. There's still separation between the two, but more Golden Truth chants broke out post-match. So the crowd wants to see them tag They wanted to see him tag. Yeah. Are we going to see this, MJ?
Well, that's why we keep seeing R-Truth and Goldust on the outside. They're building towards making this tag team, so they're building anticipation. I like the team. I would enjoy seeing the team. I don't want to see R-Truth do any more singles matches because it's not entertaining without Goldust involved.
The people want to see it. I want to see it too. So let's see what happens next.
Yep. And,
up next we have
the reason why everybody's excited for Golden Truth is because it reminds them of Book Dust, pretty much.
Oh my God, I love Booker T and Goldust, man.
That was one of the greatest. I won't say the greatest teams, but that's one of the most entertaining teams that they've ever had.
Yep. So MJ, you want to move on to the main event?
If we have to. It's probably going to be terrible.
New Day are out for your SmackDown main event. Xavier thought they were going to get interrupted by the leak of booty. um, sorry. But after Fastlane, they might have learned their lesson to not mess with the New Day. Biggie now shoots. He wants to talk about the foul, the moist mess of a tag team that is Y2AJ, and the supposed alleged world's strongest man, Mark Henry. They then make fun of Mark Henry and they start to laugh like fucking dumbasses. Kofi knows of a man in this very ring who would beg to differ, and it's not Biggie Langston. It's a troll job by Xavier Woods. He starts to showcase his fucking pecs. The first step to looking like Xavier is eating your bootios. Xavier roasts Y2AJ, explained that Meek Mill and Drake teaming up have a better chance than these two. They boist as usual. They start to do their fucking dance. They write, they eat, they train, they take baths together, and it's because New Day rocks. That's their promo. Go on the WWE page on YouTube. Watch their fucking promo. So we have the New Day versus Chris Jericho, AJ Styles, and Mark Henry.
It's so random that Mark Henry was involved somehow.
Yeah, man. Let me ask you a question, MJ. Do you think it's time for Mark Henry to step aside?
It's been time for him to step aside. When he did when they did the angle where he was going to retire, but he didn't. They should have did that one. They should have did that one match, and then he should have retired right then, because his career, completely fell off after that. That was one of the high points of his career, and that's where he should have ended it.
Yeah.
Because nobody gives a flying fuck about Mark Henry right now.
Man. Fuck, man. This SmackDown was I'm gonna give the SmackDown probably I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10 for what it was.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with a 3.5.
Since I didn't watch it, I will give it a 0 out of 10. I will give you describing SmackDown a 10 out of 10 because it was probably better than the actual show.
Thank you. And before I leave, SmackDown this week wasn't as explosive nor filled with workers' charm in comparison to past ones this far, but it got its job done. I believe that Raw was better this week, but that doesn't take away from the fact that this show is still riding its wave of momentum, even if this week wasn't a particularly hot occasion. Mauro Ranallo was back in the booth, and that was fun. Jerry the King Lawler living his burials was exceptional, so he's slightly bearable to put up with. And Byron, my God, fuck Byron. I don't know why the fuck Byron is there. Byron should be in NXT or somewhere else.
Byron is there for comic relief, pretty much. He's just there to be the third wheel and a way for wrestlers to get cheap heat, pretty much.
Yeah. And Byron is limited to talk in the booth, I think.
Yeah.
What's up?
He probably is, and the reason I still don't know why they have a 3-announcer team. It should never be 3 announcers.
They should just get rid of that, man. It fucking gives me a headache on Raw. Having fucking JBL botch is fucking having the fuck, man. JBL is always botching. Michael Cole is always saying the same shit all over and over, man. It gets fucking tiring, man. For real.
You got 3 announcers all fighting for airtime, trying to get their voice.
Why the fuck do you have 3 announced people in the oh my God. It just doesn't make any sense, man. Fuck.
It should only be 2. It should be cut off at 2, because once you get 3, then they're going to add 4, then they're going to add 5, and they're going to end up not. It's already come to the point where they don't even call the match anymore because there's so much bantering back and forth. You just need 2 guys calling the match.
You got JBL mentioning let's see, some old football player, some old basketball player that some of these people at home don't even know who the fuck they are, man, comparing them to these wrestlers winning championships. Come on, JBL, do we give a fuck?
And
no, we don't. Huh?
Half of the time when he does that, he doesn't even get his information correct, and he just comes off as retarded. And then you got Michael Cole or Mauro Ranallo trying to correct him, which takes away from what's going on in the ring.
Yeah, man. But if I had to pick an announced team in WWE, I would pick Mauro Ranallo and Mr. fucking Corey Graves from NXT. That's Jerry Lawler in a 3-team fucking announced team. That would be the fucking shit. No JBL, no Michael Cole, and none of that fucking bullshit.
I agree with Mauro Ranallo and Corey Graves. They don't need 3 people. So you put Mauro Ranallo, Corey Graves on Raw, and you can have Jerry the King Lawler and whoever else you want to throw in there. Throw the guy from NXT in there. They're never going to get rid of Michael Cole. They can get rid of Byron. Send Byron Saxton back to NXT. You could even send fucking Michael Cole to NXT. I don't give a fuck. I just don't want to hear either one of them.
Yeah, Michael Cole's been around 20 years, 20 plus years. Pretty impressive.
It's not that he's a bad announcer. We're sick and tired of hearing him be the main announcer. He needs to take a back seat.
It's not 2003 anymore. When you had Michael Cole and Taz calling matches that were actually interesting to hear. It's not that anymore. It's done with. I don't want to hear that anymore. I don't want to hear his voice anymore, man. It's fucking annoying.
Michael Cole is at his best when he's not carrying the entire show. If you have him the secondary announcer, that's when Michael Cole works. When you have him carrying the whole load, it's just too much. It's too much Michael Cole to listen to.
The pressure starts piling up on Michael Cole.
He's basically got to babysit JBL's retarded ass and then try to include Byron Saxton somehow. So, and then you get like 70% Michael Cole usually.
Yep. Well, to cap off SmackDown, Triple H appearing in the opening segment, a fun Lucha Dragons and Neville match. Every time you have Lucha Dragons and Neville in a match, it's gonna be entertaining. But when their opposition, who their fucking opponents are gonna be, that's what's fucking Neville Lucha Dragons versus the League of Nations. That was a shit match, but it's always fun to see the Lucha Dragons and Neville in the match. Big Show and Kevin Owens with a backstage interview. That I like that. Then fucking Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. I wish they couldn't gone longer, but they only got 2 minutes and 50 seconds, I believe it was. We got a solid 6-man main event, and the average block of WWE programming. And what I mean by saying that's that it's the average shit we always get. Shitty ass matches. We got we get the people that we want to see against the people that we don't want to see. That's what I'm trying to say.
The problem is that's WWE's logic. I think they put the people you don't want to see to get the reaction for the guy that you do want to see. The problem is we just don't want to see him on TV anymore.
Yeah,
flat out. I think they think that we are just playing around, and they don't take it seriously when we say we don't want to see him anymore.
Mm-hmm. Come on, man.
But to wrap up SmackDown the right way, SmackDown was booty. I didn't watch it. I'm glad I didn't watch it. I've been binge watching Lucha Underground all day. Lucha Underground. If you haven't seen it yet, I used to say NXT was the best thing around, but I was wrong. Lucha Underground is the best thing around right now. So if you haven't seen it, check it out on YouTube. Get caught up in the second season. Watch Ultima Lucha, which is probably it's gonna be better than WrestleMania, because WrestleMania is dead in the water right now. So that's my thoughts on that.
Do you think NXT Dallas is gonna be better than WrestleMania?
That's not even a question. It is going to be better than WrestleMania. The question is, will it be better than Lucha Underground? So the main two promotions in my eyes is Lucha Underground going up against NXT.
Yeah.
WWE doesn't even factor into the equation right now.
Well, Lucha Underground is it's a topic for another time then.
Yes, we need to. I'm down to do a Lucha Underground show.
One of these days.
Maybe every Wednesday. Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Maybe instead of doing Smackdown, we'll do it every Thursday. Problem is, I don't think a lot of people watch it right now, but we could change that.
Yeah. I mean, Lucha Underground, I see it as I don't see it as a wrestling promotion. I see it as this freaking wrestling soap opera, because that's what it is. Lucha Underground, I've been to 5 Lucha Underground tapings. You guys may hear that, oh, those guys botch a lot. The shows are heavily edited. They are, because there's a lot of spots that I've seen live. They don't make it to TV because the wrestlers they didn't do the move correctly, and they botched it. And there's a lot of moves that wrestlers do that you don't see them do in WWE, because WWE, if they do them in WWE, they're gonna get their opponent hurt. And in Lucha Underground, they're not limited to what they can do, so they can do whatever the hell they want.
Well, a good point to bring up. It doesn't matter because I watched it. It doesn't bother me that they edit it. It's probably better that they do, because you get a much better show. The only problem with the editing is if you go to a live event, which I can imagine you probably couldn't care less, because you're still seeing an awesome show. So I don't give a fuck if they edit it, if they botch it. I didn't see any botches, and I've watched a lot of Lucha today. I didn't see any botches.
No, because part of the reason, because it was edited, so yeah. But
the point I'm trying to get across is it doesn't bother me. It shouldn't bother anybody, because it doesn't take away from what they're doing.
You know why it was bothering me? Because when I went to the last Lucha Underground show I went, I watched who was it? I think it was Drago. It was Drago versus Jack Evans or Angelico. I don't know. I forgot who it was, because Angelico and Jack Evans, they look fucking identical.
It's probably Jack Evans.
They had this spot where Evans, I don't know who it was, he did a 450 splash that looked so fucking beautiful, and it didn't even make it on TV.
Yeah. So they cut out good stuff too, right?
Yeah, man. And then Mil Muertes, Puma. It was Puma and Mil Muertes. Sorry. I think Puma, he did a fucking a beautiful shining wizard, and then he jumped on the fucking he did the shining wizard, and then he jumped on the top rope, and he did a beautiful moonsault. He hit Katrina with the moonsault, and that didn't make it to TV, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've only watched a little bit, but everything I've seen has been awesome. I guess your point about them cutting out like actual good stuff out of the show would bother me too, but they probably don't. They don't have any options though, because they're probably
they're trying to make it so shorter for its 1 hour span.
Exactly, it's a time constraint, so I understand that, but it's still the best product around. So there's really not too much to complain about.
Yeah, again, Lucha Underground is barely to get off the ground. I I know I heard all these reports that after season 3 they're done because they can't afford to pay their talent. But again, look at their fucking producer. He's one of the top. I think it was Mexican soap opera producers in Mexico. So I do feel that and it's just a matter of time. Lucha Underground is on WWE's level.
I mean, as far as I see what you're saying, and I hope it does reach. I hope it does reach that point because that will benefit everybody. That'll bring up the level of quality in WWE, and that should push Lucha Underground to do even more. So it could kind of be like WCW and WWE back in the day.
Because people once said TNA was going to run WWE to the ground. Look where TNA is at right now. Look at them. They're struggling to keep a freaking TV provider with them.
Yeah, I don't think TNA ever had as much potential as Lucha Underground does. But that has to do with how Lucha Underground is changing the industry just like the ECW did. And maybe they're going to have a bigger influence in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh my God, this is turning into a Lucha Underground talk show now.
I know. I just wanted to bring that up. So we'll just do closing statements and then we'll get out of here.
All right, man. This has been my first live show. So I kind of sounded a little bit nervous, people, but no, I'm not like that. I'm just like that because I don't know. I get like that. So follow me on Twitter, AD from 213. I usually call it the Joe Cronin Show. I'm one of the co-hosts for Monetize This. I don't got an Xbox because if I did, I'll tell you know what, go look up my gamer tags, but I don't. So go on my YouTube page. It's the A Train. Hopefully MJ puts it in the description above.
Yeah, I'll do it right now. I'll put it in the stream.
It's X the A Train X.
All right, let's see.
I'm probably gonna send you it on the Skype. So yeah, that's my Twitter, AD from 213. That's my Twitter, and X the A Train X. That's my YouTube. My Facebook, I don't like sharing my Facebook because that's for me personally. And people ask me, well, how the fuck did you get Joe Cronin as a friend on Facebook? I can't say because I don't want to. People are trying to get him as a friend on Facebook, but that's not gonna happen. I could only get him as a friend. So yeah, MJ, what do you got to say?
Yeah, if you're not a friend of Joe Cronin on Facebook, then he probably doesn't want you as a friend on Facebook. We'll just leave it at that. I'm trying to think here. I'm trying to get your YouTube channel up here. There we go. All right, so that's AD's. That's where you can find him. AD from 213 on Twitter. The A Train with X's surrounding it on YouTube. Check out his channel. Check out his Twitter. Follow both. Subscribe to his YouTube. I am MJ Smith 23. You can follow me at what's my Twitter? My Twitter is MJ Smith 23 right now. You can make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, MJ Smith 23. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/themjsmith23. That's pretty much Instagram if you're into that shit. The MJ Smith on Instagram. I thought AD did way better than anybody would expect. You did a fantastic job. I can tell you were nervous at all.
I felt, and I'm gonna be honest here. I felt that I was kind of nervous because every time I call in different shows, I'm always the last guy to speak. You know,
yeah.
Like the co-host, and the host. Usually they're the ones who talk, and then I'm the guest, and so I don't get that much time to talk, and that sucks because I have a lot to say. and then I felt that today was my breakout start, and hopefully this is the start of something big. And if I can only get better, hopefully I get better.
Definitely, we're cut from the same cloth, because when I call Joe's show and I usually let people talk, I might get some few things in there. I got way more opinions, but I'm not going to interrupt or speak out of place. So, and that way we're the exact same way. So, definitely look forward to doing more live shows, more reviews with Adrian Lopez, aka AD from 213.
We're just small fishes in a very, very giant tank.
We're like Sting in the WWE. We're a fucking minnow in a giant ocean. Quote JBL on that. JBL's dumb, retarded ass.
But in a serious note, where me and MJ are starting this. We're small fishes in a big giant pond, a big giant tank, and hopefully we become the sharks in the white.
Exactly. I have very low expectations of this. I don't expect to make money. I don't expect to get a bunch of subs. I'm just doing this as a hobby because I have a lot of spare time. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do gaming. So look forward to more live shows like this. We're gonna have, if you want to call in, you can call in on Skype. And yeah, the show should improve week to week, month to month, year to year, and we look forward to everybody joining us.
All right.
AD.
My name is Adrian, but I prefer you guys to call me AD because I feel comfortable with AD. And thanks for listening to me and MJ.
Just like Y2AJ, this is MJAD. So stay tuned.
Later.
Peace out.